What's up and welcome back, Trey Reacts family, as I'm bringing you another special video today recommended by YouTube from the YouTube channel known as Andy Hoops, as the title of his video is called This is What's Wrong with the NBA Free Agency. But without further ado, family, please don't forget to like, comment, as well as subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss another upload, hear my voice, and see my face. But we're going to get straight into the reaction right now. I'm going to go small screen, slide me up here, big screen. Let's go.
Here's a fun piece of trivia. Leon Rose, the president of basketball operations for the New York Knicks, is the godfather of Jalen Brunson. Sam Rose, the son of Leon Rose, is the agent of Jalen Brunson. Leon Rose was also a former agent himself and used to represent Jalen Brunson's father, Rick Brunson.
I did not know that. That's very interesting.
These guys are all well connected and have known each other for a long time. As y'all probably know by now, this is a serious conflict of interest, but the NBA doesn't care. It's funny because NBA free agency officially started on June 30th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Yet, there's been reports that Jalen and the Knicks already reached a verbal agreement a week before free agency even started. I remember a few years back when the NBA cracked down on tampering and tried to send teams a message to not do it.
I mean, because Jalen Brunson did have a big breakout year this year.
My name's Andy, and today let's talk about the 2022 NBA free agency. I want to take a look at some of the major decisions in free agency, and whether it was good or bad for the players and the teams. Keep in mind, in this video, I'm only going to cover the signings that happened on the first day of free agency, on June 30th. I'll make another video in the future talking about the rest of them soon. Without further ado, let's get started.
Even Kyrie might be going to the Lakers. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about that. Put in the comments, please.
$104 million for a 25-year-old who just had a breakout season and a breakout playoff run. It's a decent contract for him. For comparison, Anthony Simons got almost the same contract as Jalen, and it's seen as a good deal. Simons is younger and put up way better numbers once he became a starter. But that was only in like 30 games or so the sample size is way smaller. The issue with Brunson's deal is that because his agent and his family are so connected with Leon Rose,
even though that was on my team, that's a nice move.
The Knicks drove up the price on purpose to force the Mavs to offer him more than what he's worth. Also, since his son is Brunson's agent, he'll get a bigger cut of the deal too. The problem is, we don't know what Brunson's market value truly is, because his value got manipulated. It's blasphemy. That's the issue with his free agency, and I'm sure this has happened with other players in the past as well. Now, with the internet and social media, it's easy to see who's connected with who. Overall, I don't see the Knicks making the playoffs with Brunson. We have to see if Brunson can lead a team for an entire season without playing next to Luka.
I mean, if the Knicks are healthy, they could make a good playoff
run and burn under the spotlight, or he'll prove everyone wrong and blossom into an all-star.
I think he's going to prove everybody wrong,
there's no middle ground,
as you can see from his prior year.
Anyway, besides the whole Jalen Brunson sweepstakes, which still sounds weird to say, I mean, I can't believe so many headlines were on Jalen Brunson of all people. Let's break down some other major deals that went down so far in free agency, and the positives and negatives that come with these contracts. So another major signing came in Washington, D.C.
That's crazy.
Their franchise star, Bradley Beal, re-signed with the Wizards for a colossal 5-year, $251 million max contract. I was surprised by this because Beal came off a rather disappointing season by his standards. I honestly didn't think the Wizards would offer him this. He also suffered a wrist injury that severely hampered his shooting, as he recently shot a career-worst 30% from three. The only benefactor of this signing is Beal's bank account. But in terms of basketball,
I feel like Bradley Beal is only about the money now. I don't feel like he really cares about winning a championship.
I mean, he already had 2 tremendous 30-point-per-game seasons, and I'm not sure he can even replicate that again. Beal's going to make the Wizards a perennial 35 to 40 win team for the next few years, barely good enough to sneak into the playoffs, but not bad enough to get a high lottery pick. That's the worst spot a team could be in.
Yeah.
They'll be stuck in no man's land. But hey,
he don't care. He's all about his He's all about his money. There's been a lot
of max contracts being handed out to the likes of Nikola Jokic, Devin Booker, Ja Morant.
Ja earned it.
Ja definitely earned it. And the franchise needs to pay them this. But then there's Zion Williamson, who signed a 5-year max rookie extension
I
for
don't think that was a smart
$231 million.
idea by the Pelicans. They
Now,
should have
this is
put
kind
him
of
in a
dicey,
package
considering
trade.
he just sat out an entire season with a fractured foot, an injury that's difficult for bigger, heavier guys to recover from.
Facts.
Of course, he's worth the money if he can remain on the floor, as his previous season was absolutely phenomenal. I understand why the Pelicans had to pay him this, but it's still kinda dicey.
Big
Out of all the
facts.
$200+ million max contracts that were given out this offseason, I'd say that Zion's is the riskiest by far. While the Mavs did lose Jalen Brunson, they quietly made a fantastic addition a few days prior to free agency. They traded
I'm
a bunch
glad
of
he
players
got out
that
of
weren't
Houston.
getting any minutes
I'm
for
be honest.
Christian Wood.
Christian Wood
The dude
really
who
needs to
recently
get
had a
shipped up out
breakout
of
year
Houston.
and averaged over 20 points a game. He's proven to be an all-around offensive center who can score from anywhere, and that's what Dallas was really missing, a big man who isn't one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Their center spot was their weakest position for the past few years, and the addition of Wood remedies this. There are still issues of his defense being abysmal. He's kinda lanky, and he struggles to defend any decent-sized centers. The Mavs already had this in mind, and they were the 6th best defense in the league, so it won't be a huge regression.
Good move.
They could try to cover for him, and hopefully what he produces on offense is worth more than what he lacks on defense. PJ Tucker was actually one of the most sought-after free agents. He's well known around the league for adding a level of toughness that every championship contender
I don't know if
needs.
everybody got Twitter, but did y'all see when Jimmy Butler disrespected PJ Tucker? I mean, we're going to miss him tremendously on the Heat, but, you have to go. Gotta skip to that, though. Gotta keep it going.
But 3 years, $33 million for a 37-year-old guy? He'll be 40
that's
by
a
the
bad
final year of
contract.
this deal. To give him credit, Tucker just had arguably the best season of his career with the Miami Heat. But I've never seen a 37-year-old role player get paid this much before. I really respect Tucker's game, and the Sixers do need that extra toughness and physicality that he provides. Lou Dort is a huge NBA success story. The dude went undrafted in 2019, then signed a 2-way contract with OKC. Then, 3 years later, he signed a 5-year, $87 million deal.
That's a big
I don't know
contract.
many players who went from undrafted to signing this big of a contract 3 years after going undrafted. It's very rare, and I'm happy for him, though the main reason OKC gave him this is because they needed to reach the salary floor.
Lou Dort also
$17
did have a
million
good
for
year this
young
year,
guy
though.
who's been improving every single season, that's a good deal.
Exactly.
Plus, in the chance that Dort regresses and does not improve, his contract isn't that hard to move, so they can trade him away if necessary. Great move by OKC for taking care of its players, and great job on Dort for securing the bag.
Big facts.
So I
Secured a
mentioned
huge
Anthony
bag.
Simons previously and said he has more upside than Brunson, so his contract is actually pretty good, considering he went off at the end of the season. In his final 27 games of 2022, where he was in the starting lineup, he averaged about 23 points and 6 assists, while shooting lights out from 3. The issue is the sample size. I mean, prior to the season, he was basically a non-factor. He has not been playing like this for that long, and are we sure he can keep this up?
Yeah, because he has a lot of
In that 27-game stretch, he hit 42% from 3 on over 10 attempts per game. Those are Steph Curry numbers. Unless he proves himself to be literally as good of a shooter as Steph, those numbers will regress. I think the Blazers are in an awkward spot. They want to give more touches to the young Simons, as judging by this contract, they want him to be the future of the franchise. At the same time, Dame is still there. Dame's contract lasts until 2025.
Dang.
And with him coming back and both of them sharing the backcourt touches, I can't help but think this might turn into another Dame-CJ undersized backcourt experiment. Simons' usage will
but I
plummet
feel like
when
he
Dame
has
comes
more
back. So if the Blazers
more
truly
versatile
want to
skills
rebuild,
with
their best
himself
choice
rather than
might be to trade
CJ.
Lillard for as many assets
I
as
see
possible.
the point, Andy.
That way, they can go
like
all
it.
in on Simons. Hopefully, he can keep up his ridiculous play that earned him this contract in the first place. After weeks and months of Kyrie throwing curveballs at everybody, he surprised quite a few people by opting in to the last year of his deal. According to Brian Windhorst, he stated,
I don't think so.
I was told that the option pickup came as a total surprise to the Nets, that they found out when everybody did. Kyrie's going to be an unrestricted free agent in the summer of 2023.
No, he's not. He might get traded to the Lakers.
The Nets didn't have a say in whether or not Kyrie opted in. But I think this is good for both sides. It's good for Kyrie and it's good for the Nets. For Kyrie, he's still going to get paid a ton of money even if he waits a year to hit free agency. This saves him the trouble of demanding a trade when he can just sign with whatever team he wants in 2023. For the Nets, this saves them the headache of offering Kyrie another contract.
It's in talks.
Instead, they can spend the next year shopping him
talking about it on
maybe
Twitter.
They can get something back in return before
at the same time, it's not a reliable
Considering
source
it's
too.
looking like Durant is going to leave too, there won't be as much pressure on the Nets. Honestly, I thought Bobby Portis would get more than this. He was basically the Bucks' starting center for the entire season, and he had the best individual season of his career. 4 years, $49 million for the starting center on a championship
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of bad.
That seems kind of cheap to me, don't you think?
It is.
Portis is making about the same per year as a 37-year-old PJ Tucker. It's obviously a great deal for the Bucks, a very team-friendly contract to keep their championship squad together. Bobby has mentioned numerous times that he loves Milwaukee and all the fans, so I guess it works out for both sides. Malik Monk is another guy who I feel should have gotten more. A 2-year, $19 million contract? That's it? That's worse than what Nick Batum got.
Dang.
Monk was also one of the only bright spots for an otherwise disastrous Lakers season. He had a
So it
career
was
year, putting up
finalized.
career highs across the
I
board.
did not know it was
Points,
finalized
assists,
for Malik
rebounds, and
Monk
shooting
to the
efficiency.
Kings.
It was by far the best season of his young career so far. And the thing is, he already took a discount to play in LA in the first place. He used this season to prove himself and earn an even bigger payday, which he did get, but I was thinking closer to 14 to 15 million per year, like the contract that Tyus Jones got. It's great for the Kings, though, to snatch him at this price.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tyus Jones, he's someone who a lot of critics feel like paying $15 million a year for a backup point guard is too much.
It is.
But he deserved every penny of that. There's a reason Memphis was so good even without Ja Morant playing, and it's largely due to Jones. His assist-to-turnover ratio is legendary. The dude averages about 4 assists per game for his career, but never cracked more than 1 turnover per game in any season.
That's a good stat
By
line.
most metrics, he's the best backup point guard in the league and an insurance policy whenever Morant has an off night or he gets hurt. You can always rely on Jones. Anyway, that's all for this video. I'll make another one in the future to cover any more major free agent decisions. Let me know your
That's going to be the end of his video. Again, shout out to you, Andy Hoops. I like the perspective of everything, and it's going to be the end of my video. But please, family, again, don't forget to like, comment, as well as subscribe to your boy so we can run this up and get me to 100 subscribers, because that's the goal right now. Let's get me to 100 subscribers. And follow my reaction page, and if you want to send me videos to react to, right here at treyreacts. And follow me on my main page, too. And let's be friends and let's be neutral. Right here at Trey vs. Dre 30. And mess with me on my TikTok page, because I'm on the road to 10K on there as well. Right here at Trey 303023. And my business email inquiry is going to be right up above me. But again, family, like I said, today is Friday. And we're going to have a blessed, safe Friday. Party throughout the weekend. And start Monday all over again. But I'm going to see y'all next week with another reaction. It's been your boy, and I'm out of here. Peace.